Hi, it's John Glynn. I'm going to be looking at the crop tool today. In the modify options in Photoshop Elements 20, you'll notice that you've got the very first option is cropping your photograph. So we're going to look at those choices. There's three choices in that group. Below your photo you'll see the choices you get. I'm going to look at them individually, so there'll be three tutorials, one for each, and the very first one I'm going to be doing is obviously the basic crop tool. Cropping the photograph, all you need to do is put your mouse over the top of your photograph, hold down. I'm using a PC with Photoshop Elements 20, but this will work on any computer pretty much. Hold down the left mouse key. I'm just using a standard mouse, nothing special, and drag, and I get a cropped area. The clear bit is the bit that you'd be keeping. The grayed out area is the bit you're cropping out of. You have a agreed or not agreed option. You can always redo it. You can change the size of the crop by just dragging in. You have anchor points here, and you've got anchor points at the bottom as well, and the same on this side and top, and you can do it from the corners as well. This is no restriction, so I can make any kind of angle I wish and just move it around until I'm happy with the crop. There are preset crops. I can go down to crop suggestions down at the bottom here, first suggestion, second, and so on. It doesn't know what you photographed, so it's pure guesswork. And you've also got a grid overlay, so at the moment there's no grid, but if I do the middle one, it's rule of thirds. Click on it and you get this grid, which may help with composition and where to put your crop. You can just drag it around, as I am holding down the left mouse key. I can move it about, and you also have a tighter grid, which may help with verticals and stuff like that, or not. Again, it's up to you to try these things out. And also you'll have a resolution. The resolution can be just grayed out, but if you were to send in a picture to be for a competition or something in the magazine, they may like it to be 300 pixels, and it's usually an inch. It's centimeter by default. You can switch it to inches and put in 300. Just tap it in and you've now got a 300 resolution. The actual file size isn't going to be significantly different between that 300 and no number at all. It's purely for printing purposes rather than anything else. So at home you could just leave it grayed out. We don't advise people to crop usually, because obviously if I've got a whole picture here and say your average camera is around about 20 million pixels, I can't also have 20 million pixels in the crop. So if I were to crop the photograph and say OK, at the moment my file size is enormous, it's 103 megabytes. If I say OK, I can't still have 103 megabyte file size. It's going to be reduced by, well, in this case almost half, because I've cut out so many pixels. So we would advise people to crop as little as possible. You should ideally have composed in camera to start with, okay, if you possibly can. The other thing you can do, if I put in the crop again, is move it around. If it's very important to be if you want to be accurate about your crop, you can use the arrows on your keyboard. So the up arrow will move the crop incrementally up, the down arrow will move it incrementally down, and the right arrow right, left arrow left. It's fairly straightforward, so you can be quite accurate with your crop if that's important. And just to say, if you can't see your document sizes, if it has a different set of options down here where it says document size, just make sure it's ticked document size. It has it underneath. There's a little thing that says document size. That's what you want on, so that you can see how much you're reducing your picture quality by when you crop. As I said, as little as possible ideally. The other things you have here are I've got no restriction on, but if I go to the little drop down arrow, they give me paper sizes already set in. So if I did a 7x5" print, I can then put my mouse over the top of my photo, drag, and I now have, I'll just change the grid a bit, I now have a picture which I've dragged out, but it will fit a 7x5" piece of paper. And if you'll notice in the middle of each of the grid now of my selection, there is no option to pull and push it in or pull it down. I have to do it from the corners, so that when I do the crop or move anything, it keeps in proportion with a 7x5" piece of paper. Okay, so, and you can still move it about, you can still use your arrows as well, up and down, to move it about, but that's basically a restriction, because you're restricting yourself based on the paper. Okay, and that might become an issue for resolution, certainly for popping into a competition in magazines and so on. So just be aware of that. They'll tell you usually in a magazine how to present the work. Again, they give you pre-cropped options, suggested crops on a basis of a 7x5" piece of paper. Okay, and if you don't want 7x5, you've obviously got 4x6. Draw it out again, and again, it won't allow you to do anything but a 4x6" ratio. Okay, so it's just a matter of working your way through these. No restriction probably is what most people would prefer, but do remember that it may not fit your particular size of paper without a border or something if you're going to be doing that. Okay, so have a go with the crop tool. As I said before, it's advised to crop as little as possible, or ideally not at all. Okay, and I will see you soon with the other choices. Thank you for watching.